Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth. Today we are doing a plan with me for October 28th through November 3rd. We are wrapping up October. We're going past Halloween, starting Samhain, all of those fun things. I really thought I had another October header like that one, and I still think I do, but this week in the middle of the night at like 10 p.m. one night, I decided to completely rearrange my home office desk. And I haven't quite found everything yet. It's mostly put back together. I was just thought this isn't working for me. We get to try something else. So I have probably misplaced those, but I just cut out one of my fun little skeletons. It still reads October. We know what month it is. Let's go ahead and get started. As usual, I'm going to start up at the top with my stencil and anything that I need to stick up at the top. It is the end of a month. Do have a payday. I'm going to put it on the 31st. The bank that I bank with, my check normally shows up a day or two early. And they do advertise that they have that kind of thing, like if you have direct deposit, and that you can get it up to so many days early. But I never count on it, because if I start counting on it, it'll be the one time it doesn't happen. Like, if I'm expecting it to be here on the 29th, it won't happen on the 29th. So we just leave it at the last day of the month, unless the last day of the month falls on a weekend, and then it's going to be the last business day of the month. But for now, that's where we're going to put my payday. I think it's been a minute since I actually put a payday in a plan with me. I just tend to not do it. I have also switched back. I'm having pen, not struggles, but, there's a decision-making paradigm with the pen. This is the Sharpie S Gel .05, which has a thicker nib. And when I first started using the Sterling Ink Common Planner, I felt like it was a little too thick. There was just a little too much shadowing coming through. I can't even get those 2 pages. There we like a little too much shadowing coming through here. And so I switched to the .37, which I've been using somewhere during the course of the year. I switched to a fountain pen because it was one that I already had and it was convenient. And it takes cartridges, so it's not quite as scary. And I don't know. I went back to the .37 Sharpie S Gel, and it was feeling too fine. It was feeling too fragile. It was feeling, just not thick enough of the ink. And so I've picked up the .05 again, which has always been my favorite pen. It is a heavy pen. It's weighty. It feels good in the hand. So we're going to try it again. We're just going to try again. I don't know. It's just been a struggle. All right. I actually have on paper, visually looking down at the week, I have a very quiet week. But if you were here for my plan with me last week, things were very chaotic going into last week. And there was a very specific task that I had to do involving a golf tournament that my company was sponsoring. And we had X number of tickets in, 2 of the really fancy tiers and then some general admission tickets. And we could only have one person in charge of tickets. And I ended up being the ticket czar. And every time I thought I was going to be able to put that aside and get into some kind of deep work, somebody else would reach out, or somebody had made a mistake in somebody's ticket request and we had to fix it, and I had to reach out to other people and have them transfer tickets back to me so that I could then transfer tickets to the person and fix their ticket. It was, y'all, a whole situation that took up my entire week. And so now I have got so much to do and I'm not even sure where to start. So it's a good thing that I don't have a whole lot of meetings. That's all I'm going to say. It's just a good thing. I'm going to stick in the weather really quick. I'm not going to do anything fancy with it. We do have 2 days that it is supposed to rain. So I'm going to put a raindrop next to those. Unfortunately, one of those days is Halloween. And I don't have any Halloween plans this year. I raised a theater kid. We did Halloween hard. So hard. And never. I would always have one kid with the off-the-rack Halloween costume and one kid with the we gotta build it all from scratch costume. Had to go hard. And yeah, so once Halloween was done in my house, I turn off the porch light. I'm one of those people. To come to my door I don't want to have to buy Halloween candy for a bunch of kids. I'm very like, I love Halloween, and yet this one thing is like, I'm very bah humbug about it. And yeah, but it's supposed to rain. It's supposed to storm in the morning, and then it's supposed to rain all afternoon. And I'm really hoping it doesn't, for the sake of all of the trick-or-treaters and that sort of thing, because I do want them to have a good time. And yeah, I kind of did a Halloween-y thing. So the same theater kid, Kenny, who I make my custom bullet journal for, has been in all weekend. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then today is Sunday. So he's got a matinee and a show tonight, I think, of the musical version of Rocky Horror Picture Show. And he's playing Brad, which is hysterical. And it's even more hysterical now that I've seen it, because he is very slight of build. The whole thing's very gender bending. I had a great time Friday night when I went to see him in that. My cousin and I went, and we just loved every minute of it. My work week, like I said, is light on meetings. On Monday at 11 in the bullet journal community, it's the monthly ritual with writer Carol. So I'm going to hop on and do that. I have a very small committee meeting on Monday. We're just going to put an acronym sort of situation in here. And then on Tuesday, I work from home, and our company lets us take off without having to take vacation time or anything to go vote. So I'm going to try to pop out and vote at some point. I'm going to put this on the 12 o'clock hour, which might not necessarily be the best time. I should probably go at like 2. And then there's been a little class with YouTube that I've been taking. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there as well, just as a creator. Wednesday is the one day that I sort of have some things back to back to back. So I do have a staff meeting at 9. We have an important VIP coming to our corporate campus, and that is at like 11:30-ish. I don't even know that I need to be there. I'm putting on my calendar just in case. And squished in between the two, I have my writing circle. And I have not been able to attend my writing circle for 2 weeks because work has been so nuts, and I've had assignments and things due at those exact times, or places I had to be at those exact times. So I'd like to sneak in my writing circle if I can. And if I don't have to be this VIP thing, then more is the better for me. I don't think I have to be, but we'll find out. And then on Thursday, I don't have any meetings. And on Friday, I don't have any meetings. I'm very excited. I could make Tuesday a total project day and then sneak out and vote on like Friday afternoon. I always early vote. I don't like to wait in line on election day. And the kid has already texted me a picture of him doing his civic duty. He beat me to the polls. Very proud of him though. All right. And then as usual, like I did last week, I'm going to put just plan miss right there. I did just put some things that I needed to focus on last week. I think I have mostly focused on those things. And I'll just make a to-do list. That's all this will be. We'll just go ahead and put some dots. And we're just doing it with a pen. No need to get out any special markers or any of that. And then I do have my normal working rotation, and I'm just going to put O and R for office and remote. I don't feel like writing them out. That works for me. And it's perfectly fine. The bottom down here, again, we're going to leave it for my reflection. Now, this is another week that I have not yet done my reflection. I will probably do it tomorrow morning. I've got some other things I've got to do, but we're going to go ahead and block that off. And for me, the weekly reflection, I have some guiding questions on each one of my life domains that I ask myself to do a written reflection. That way it's contained. So I have 5 life domains and 1 question per domain, and I just kind of go through them, and then I write down my positives for the week, my negatives for the week, and then I cross off any of the negatives that were wildly out of my control, like being the ticket czar, you know? It was assigned to me by somebody we can't say no to, and yeah, it was just a whole situation that I just had to mitigate and manage once I was in it. And you'll see, we'll get back here to my daily pages. I kept trying to daily log and would only get so far and would just go into ticket things. Well, even this is a ticket thing. This is a ticket thing. I wrote frustrated, too many cooks. It was too many cooks in the kitchen on the ticket situation. And so when I took lunch, I took lunch and just watched some YouTube. That's what Thursday looked like. And then back into the ticket situation that afternoon. And then Friday was different. I just stopped trying to daily log. I am going to use this space though, because I desperately need to do a brain dump. And I could turn the page and start a fresh one, but I think there's plenty enough space here. I'm just going to go ahead and block that off. And then let's do this. Those are my elemental symbols: earth, air, fire, water, spirit, and my life domains. So home and hearth, career and creativity, relationships, health and wellness, and spirit. And I think that might be far enough. So I'm just going to try to go down that far. And what I'm going to do, here I'm going to write the voices, which is just the voices in my head, which is just a more personal way for me to write brain dump, because I hate the phrase. Brain dump. And this way I can write something down and put a dot as to what domain it falls in. So I can get all the stuff out of my head, and then I know exactly where it falls in this realm here. All right. And then list 44, I don't know, let's look at list 43 first. List 43 was list your favorite meals and treats. And while on camera, I had put in chicken curry and larb. And we talked about the Cadbury Crunchy, so I went ahead and wrote that in. I've also written in lettuce wraps. My favorite sandwich is a Reuben sandwich because I adore sauerkraut. And then I put apples and peanut butter. This summer, I kept making myself these individual blueberry crumbles. It became a whole, obsession. I was hyper fixated. Individual blueberry crumble. And then, if I'm being honest, as much as I love these other things, my favorite meal, probably of all time, is just a good steak. I do like the medium rare. I am not a vegetarian now. I do heavily eat vegetarian when it's just me, especially when I'm doing my HelloFreshes, because they make it so much easier to pick a vegetarian meal. So I'm not eating as much meat-based protein as I used to, but I do still love a steak. Not gonna lie. All right, list 44, 52 lists project, and I never put that back. Hang on, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. List 40. Dear. List 44. List the words that warm your spirit. Highlight the top 5 words that resonate the most with your experiences this past year. Now, underline the top 5 words that you want to focus on and experience more in the year ahead. Year end, they're getting us ready for planning for 2025. So list the words that warm your spirit. Let's see. It's an interesting turn of phrase, because it's not your favorite words. It's like one of my favorite words is serendipitous. But it does, I don't know that it warms. Yeah, that one probably warms my spirit. But another one of my favorite words is the word for chaos in Swahili, and it's shagalabagala. I even have a little wooden plaque that one of my friends has made for me that says shagalabagala, chaos. I mean, it's one of those words that sounds like what it is, you know? So I guess I'll go ahead and here and put serendipitous. And then I'll have to think on the others. Like I said, if you have any words that warm your spirit, let me know what those are. I like words. I like to hear about other people's words and that sort of thing. And that's it. I told y'all, it's super quick. Super quick, because visually, I don't necessarily have a whole lot going on in here. I am going to, after I do my brain dump, try to assign some very specific project times. There's some really big things that I have to get done I'm not putting in no meeting Monday morning because I'm going to come in, I'm going to do my reflection, and then I'm going to start chunking project time into these spots and hopefully get some stuff done so that I can stop worrying about it, because I'm tired of worrying about it. And the only way for me to stop worrying about it is to get it off my plate. Just to completely get it off my plate and out of the way. So that's it. Like I said, super easy, super quick. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next one.